Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That
is what it's all about.
The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And once again, it's been a little bit, but it is the Barnes and Michael show. Matthew on the way.
He is.
Donut in as we speak. Donut in hand right.
I wonder if he's
going
to get me a coffee. I feel like I didn't ask. I should have, but
you're predicting it.
I'm hoping. I'm praying.
Yes. So we'll see what happens with that. But here we are, Friday before Easter. A lot to get into.
Do you guys do anything for Easter?
So I'm going to Sam's house. Normally, like, I would also do something with my family, but since my sister just had her son yesterday, thank you. My parents are up there. So I'm going to visit them soon, but I'm not going to be able to make it up there this weekend. But normally, we would do like a split situation and see, my uncle and everything. So, looking forward to it for sure. And
honestly, that's one of the things I always like. I mean, even though like my family isn't like the biggest family in the world or whatever, I just always hated the travel from this family to that family.
It's
like, gosh.
Luckily, like when we do something at my parents in Monroe, like it's not too bad. It's just, my sister lives in Massachusetts, like almost 3 hours away. So it's like tough. It would be tough to do like both things in the same day.
Yeah.
So we do have a few comments here. I believe a Michael Bukta. I'm not really familiar with it. I'm sure he just cracked up out of his seat right now.
He's cracking up. He's cracking up. He's saying, Michael, so pumped for some NBA talk. LFG, shout out to you. Thank you. Shout out to you, Michael. And then Michael also adding, and also Barnes, I'm dying to go to Denny's. The logo looks sick. And the Grand Slam pancake meal is to die, I hear.
I promise you, Michael.
It's not.
It's not to die for. Go to your local diner. Go to Sherwood.
Yeah.
What's your favorite diner? Circle. You like Circle or nah? You're tight.
Tight. They close early. I don't like stuff that closes early, but I guess I'm sure they definitely have good food. Yes,
Andros?
They do. Andros, they've fallen off. Southport Diner closed early. You know what I want to try? That, like, I know it's gimmicky now because it's all over TikTok, but I think it's Elm Street Diner.
Elm Street Diner
in either Norwalk or Stamford.
It's in Stamford.
And they have like the crazy dessert, like pancake style shakes. It might not be
Stamford Diner, I think you're talking about. But there is Elm Street Diner as well, but also Parkway Diner. I took Josh B and the fellas there before the pickleball.
Oh, that's right.
And the pancakes, everyone like could not.
I got to try it.
Yeah, that's the diner, Michael.
Next time we have like a late night thing,
and
we stay at your crib or something, we'll go there in the morning.
Absolutely.
Oh, so Michael says there's a lot of chain restaurants I want to hit. Iconic is the word to describe them, no doubt. What's this fixation, Michael, on these chain restaurants?
No, and I think he almost is more excited about it because I told him like chain restaurants like are beat. Like
they are.
Yeah.
They're processed foods, dude. Like, come on, be better,
Michael. And to think that he doesn't know that we're just looking out in his best interest, Michael. It's not because it's like we're trying to hate on these restaurants. It's just it's just not the play. And I once, my younger years used to think Olive Garden was any good, and now that's laughable.
Absolutely.
So you want to stick. You want to stick to your local spots, and there's so many good ones in the area. So I would recommend that, Michael.
He's saying I like all types of restaurants, Barnes. Please don't be mad.
I'm not mad, Michael. I'm not the one that has to eat the processed foods. You do.
Happy Good Friday, y'all. Stay blessed. You too, Michael Bukta. And then Josh Bino, the legend, in the house.
Josh B.
Some call him the Prez. Some call him dad. Some call him husband. I call him brother. He says, yo, what up, fam? And then he says to add to your diner experience with him, those pancakes, like it looks like 10 dots after, all capitals, so fucking good.
And you know what makes it even better is I feel like I never really have pancakes. So like when you actually do
me either.
have them,
Yes.
and I love pancakes.
Me too.
I don't know. It just
Tony,
never...
of course, I need just butter pancakes only. It's like, come on, add some banana chocolate chips in there, add some goodies in there. That's what they're there for.
This is where he usually would come in and say, McDavid's not going there.
Oh,
McDavid
doesn't like pancakes either.
It's not a Connecticut thing. It's not.
Dude, how funny was the thing? Because you know how much he hates on Connecticut.
Yeah.
I know you hearted it in the group, but I never knew this. The Frisbee invented in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
And the wiffle ball. Too.
And the wiffle ball, Shelton.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff. And it's just funny that he would have the audacity to question the fact that Connecticut doesn't have really good pizza when there's a fucking sign on I-95 at this point. You know?
Ridiculous.
I mean, I think that speaks volumes.
I don't see a sign in the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's going to say, doesn't need a sign in the city. They already know it's the best. A couple more comments. Barnes, how do your parents feel about their fourth grandkid?
Elated, Michael.
Elated.
Yes.
The family of Barnaby growing. Bet they're happy. Do you have any grandparents left, Barnes?
Unfortunately, no. My last grandparent, my grandma, passed away in 2019. So just, it was just one of those things where too, you just think about ages and stuff. And like, I'm the youngest. So, it was kind of earlier on than most people, but, obviously grateful Michael for
to have
time.
had them. Yes,
that I did have, absolutely. So yeah, like I said, there is a lot to get to. I do have the RBC Heritage PGA Tour live coverage.
Who'd you pick to win this year?
So I did pick Justin Rose.
Okay.
And let me just say, after yesterday, I wish I picked Justin Thomas, shooting a 10 under 61, tying the course record. And we talk about it, religiously, how Justin Thomas has not won since that epic comeback on the back nine at Southern Hills for the 2022 PGA Championship. So just a remarkable round for Justin Thomas. And, you look at the scorecard, specifically only one bogey on the day, 11 birdies, went out with a 30, came in with a 31. So just a ridiculous performance from Justin Thomas. And also lurking on the leaderboard, we have Russell Henley, 7 under par. Scotty Scheffler, 7 under par. So Scotty, looking to defend his title, looking to go back-to-back as Matthew joins us. What are you eating over there?
Let's go, dude. Banana bread.
Really?
No, it's like the one I make.
No,
it's literally, dude, just two Ezekiel bread pieces toasted.
Okay, so it's not actually banana bread or dessert, coconut Earl.
You think it's dessert.
But like I was saying, Scotty with a good round yesterday. And he's going to tee off at 130. Justin Thomas will tee off at 140. Russell Henley 110. And then you also have Wyndham Clark and Ryan Gerard out in the course right now, 6 under par. Matthew Fitzpatrick with a nice round yesterday, 5 under par. Gary Woodland 5 under. Brian Harmon 5 under. All of them, teeing off later on. JJ Spawn also 5 under. And Keegan Bradley 4 under par. He's going to tee off at 12:25. My pick, Justin Rose. We'll start 6 shots back. But obviously just coming off a fantastic week at the Masters where he loses in the playoff to Rory, 4 under, and he's going to get underway at 10:40.
I do want to say something. So when I was in Florida, as you guys like to say,
went down there.
I was down there. We were listening to the show, and you made a great point. There should be a layover after the Masters.
I think it's just one of those things, like the whole.
Do you like money?
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm just saying that's just like, especially after that Masters with Rory winning.
You know what it is too, and it's different though if you think about all the golfers that there are. So there's an alternate event this week. The event we're following right now in Hilton Head, that's a signature. So you only have like the elite golfers, but there's a whole nother event
Mhm.
with PGA Tour golfers. None of those guys played in the Masters, and they're just like fighting tooth and nail to regain status, make a living. So that's kind of also more as to why they keep it going. And they made it an emphasis to end the season earlier. It used to go up until September.
Mhm.
Now it ends in August. And so they wanted to give the golfers more time off. So that's kind of why they don't do that. But it's always going to be tough to have a follow-up tournament from Augusta National, Jimmy Nance, the 18th Tower.
Nothing better.
Jimmy.
And then Michael Buck, really hot and heavy, saying it's nice to have 1,000 restaurants across the country and not only one of the same one. But hey, we're entitled to our own interest.
No,
right?
you're not.
Like, I think he's coming out with something. He's making these issues, Michael. You know what it is? I think it's like deep down he wants me to agree with him to be all excited for chain restaurants, and it's like tried to tell him. I mean, it's not the play, buddy.
It's over.
Yeah. He's dying to go to Denny's, bud.
Wait, Denny's? Denny's, Betty? No thanks, dude.
It's iconic.
Denny's is iconic.
What would you say for you, your favorite diner is?
Damn, dude. Used to be a big diner guy. Not so much the last few years.
Because you're not
I don't
hammered. Right? Late night.
No, yeah, but like even for like regular breakfast. Like,
In
the morning.
But is that because though you want your homemade banana or?
Well, now, yeah. I mean, like, dude, we used to go to Penny's a lot.
Penny's, okay.
Yeah.
On Black Rock?
Yeah, but it's no more.
Oh, what's there?
Nothing.
It's
still, dude.
It's still in the form of a
dude.
diner, though.
Yeah. It's been
No, but you know what's
years.
really good? And I mentioned this before, Michael. It's in Westport. Sam's been going there forever. Sherwood Diner.
Oh
to do
yes,
it.
yes.
You've
You know
had it or
that's
no?
yes, that's
Okay.
undercover. You don't think about going there because it's right off the exit there. I don't know. I just never think about it. But
Yeah,
she's smart.
Yeah.
Smart lady.
Excellent restaurant there. For sure.
I think I've been there, but not in a long time.
What have you like recently, like during the week, like been having for breakfast? Like hammering.
Well, because I go to the gym first, then when I get to school, when I get to work,
I just have a bar.
I have the overnight oats.
The overnight oats.
I have
Okay.
time to sit there and actually.
So you're
eat
just
them.
gonna sit there.
Exactly. So that's what I've been doing.
What are you over there for?
You kidding?
Wait, what?
No, so what? Were you gonna ask how do you make it? Or?
Well, also, I mean, what's the like overnight oats? Is that oatmeal?
Correct.
But what's the difference between like overnight oats and
this is
regular
what-
oatmeal?
Literally, dude, it's equal parts. Dude, a cup of oats, cup of milk,
Yep.
whatever you want. I do skim. And then I put blueberries, walnuts, and cinnamon.
Okay.
And honey. Michael.
And
And then, dude, you mix it up in a. I got a nice bowl.
Right.
Put it in the fridge overnight, and they essentially just like they're like cooked, but like you didn't cook them per se on the stove,
Right.
obviously. But they're soft and everything, and
then you don't
So-
you eat it cold.
yeah.
Okay.
Dude, it's almost like having blueberry pie.
Yeah, you know what?
It is really good.
It's
dude.
tough for me. I feel like I don't. There's not many like healthy breakfast like options that really like. I
The
guess
only thing I could think of is like a nice bacon, egg, and cheese, but like you'd have to not have like bagel or whatever.
no. Well, I was just gonna
Canadian
say
bacon,
I
man.
could do like egg whites with like some fruit. I guess like
That's good.
and I guess Ezekiel.
That's perfect for you.
Yeah,
But
that's
your face
but
just
that's-
screams, "I hate that."
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
oh.
Like, I
Well, because
guess,
you know what I mean. It's like I don't even have it. That's why I just said I'm having a protein bar. But I'm saying like I would love to have your waffle, have your eggs Benny.
Oh,
Oh, you can have Mr. Benedict.
Mr. Benedict.
What-
Benedict.
Is this the banana?
Yeah, dude.
Wow. And yeah, I don't like yogurt or oatmeal. You know what I mean? So there's
Right.
just not like that's really the only option to have. But I would say
What about like an omelet?
Yeah, no, that would be it. Yeah,
I
like
think
the
that's-
veggie omelet with fruit and Ezekiel is basically. No, that's fine. I could do that. It's just like the preparation. put on your cooking hat, but probably should. Josh B says egg whites and turkey sausage bacon.
Yeah.
There you go.
Your boy Buckto over here saying, in life, Barnes, we like Barnes. Chain restaurants, Disney, late contact, sports, friends, Luca, Nance, and those girls. Maddie, I love that laugh. He says, this show is going to be too fun today. Don't I know it? And then he says, I didn't contact Ernie late last night, but I had some late contact with Barnes at 11:46.
Yeah, and I was sleeping like I always am, Michael. I would say average time, Michael, me falling asleep would be between 10:30 and 11. So after that, good luck, bud.
Do you put your phone on sleep mode?
No, but I don't need to. Honestly, it was crazy. I had this period of time where for like a couple of weeks, I was telling you about it, where I just was like sleeping like terrible. But took the melatonin ever since then. Don't wake up at all.
Good.
Fine. Done. So it's been a lot. It's been a lot better since then. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out on the RBC Heritage. Like I said, a lot of guys teeing off later on, but we'll keep an eye on who is on the course. And it looks like Wyndham Clark did just pick up a birdie, so he's now in a tie for second. With Scotty and Heenley. But let's take a trip, Michael, to the world of Major League Baseball.
Let's do it.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game! Out of sight!
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes! See ya!
All right. Yankees win. And we will do a detailed recap here, but as we know now, Yankees winning their fourth straight, 6-3 at their spring training home, George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. And I think this recap, and I know you guys will agree with this, is a little extra special, being we all played a part in it. And I would say for you, what would you say? You got their bottom three?
Yeah.
Bottom three, and then
I think
you were there
like
probably 10 minutes after.
An inning
or
after,
something.
yeah.
So it was great. We all got to watch the game together.
Yep.
And it got up to a good start.
Well, tell them what you said too when I walked in there.
I'm gonna mention that when we don't want to spoil anything. But when I started out solo watching the game before you guys got here, Yankees actually started with 3 consecutive singles to start the game. Goldschmidt infield single. Ben Rice, who had one of the best games of his career. You could argue the other one last summer, but we'll get to that. And then also Aaron Judge. So Judge driving in Goldschmidt. So that made it 1-0. Yankees were unable to, get Ben Rice in from second. So they go to the bottom of the first inning with a 1-0 lead. Will Warren, works around, 2 hits because after Meisner reached on an infield single, you had Brendan Lau single to right field, but Aaron Judge with an absolute rope. And they were saying on the broadcast, they don't know why. I mean, Meisner does have speed, but why you would test Aaron Judge's throwing arm. And I know you guys can attest to this. How much more comfortable does he look in right field versus center field? I mean, it's night and day. He's like the best right fielder in the game versus center field, where he just average. Like, it just makes so much sense to have him in right field. And the way he throws the ball is so effortless. Like, it doesn't even look like he's throwing it that hard, but it's an absolute rope cannon, perfect throw.
He's on the money every time. And dude, because he's so big and strong, dude. It's just like the ball is just like in his catcher's mitt of a hand and just like a flick.
Yeah.
And it's on target, dude.
So that was huge, though. That was huge.
Is ridiculous.
Because that definitely prevented a run from scoring.
Yeah.
Second inning, Yankees unable to get anything done against Bradley, who actually coming into the game, I think had a .69 ERA against the Yankees for his career. But Oswaldo Cabrera did have a single. And we'd hear from him later in the game. Second inning, though, Will Warren. And I know, you go back to last year, obviously hammered the Phillies, all that. Has had some good moments this year. But it just kind of all unraveled for him. After striking out Caminero, he gives up a double to Palacios. And then Magnum reaches on an infield single. And then he walks Ben Rortvedt, who coming into the game, was 0 for 17 on the season. So the control just not there. He gives up a sac fly to Taylor Walls, but then he walks Meisner, leaving the bases loaded. So the Yankees, knowing that this Rays team has a deep bullpen, guys throwing upwards of 100 miles an hour, they go to the bullpen in the second inning. So you're thinking, geez, this is going to be a long day. Ryan Yarborough, with the bases loaded, and they showed the statistic how last year he had the lowest average fastball velocity, 86 miles an hour, but he gets Brandon Lau on a sweeper. So that was huge to get out of that inning. You go to the third, tied at 1. And then in the third inning, Ben Rice leads off with a single. Second hit of the game, he'd have a couple more. Unfortunately, Aaron Judge hits it right in the screws. But it's a double play, and then Cody Bellinger pops out. So you go to the bottom of the third, and this is right before Matt actually got here. But Yandy Diaz grounds out, Aranda singles, and then unfortunately Yarborough leaves a sweeper over the middle of the plate, and Caminero homers to right center, 378 feet. So that gave the Rays a 3-1 lead. You're thinking, geez, is this going to be long day? We've seen Yarborough implode before. And after that, he gives up a single to Palacios. He walks Magnum, and then gives up a single to Rortvedt. Fortunately, and this is, I think, right when Matt got here, Taylor Walls grounds out into a double play. Jazz looking so comfortable. Talk about another guy playing a different position this year. Jazz at second base has been flawless, so he turns that double play. And that is not an easy double play to turn just because Taylor Walls can run. You go to the top of the fourth, and you're down 3-1. And Volpe leads off with the walks. You're hoping that would be the rally, but unfortunately, Jazz grounds into a double play, and Escara grounds out. So you go to the bottom of the fourth, still down 3-1. Fortunately, Yarborough goes 1-2-3, and it was important to get some type of length out of Yarborough after having to go to your bullpen in the second inning. And then this is where Michael comes in, and as soon as he comes in, say, Michael, we need you for a rally. We're down 3-1.
Yep.
And after Jason Dominguez flies out to left field, Oswaldo Cabrera homering to right center, so it was like instantaneously
out of nowhere,
Michael bringing the rally. And
it was 3 hits, right, in a row?
Yeah. And, it was just unbelievable. So, and Oswaldo, I think he hasn't played every game. His batting average is good. He hasn't shown a ton of power, but that swing there, that looked pretty good. I feel good about him moving forward. He does a good job in the field as well. So that made it 3-2. Goldschmidt singles, Ben Rice doubles, Aaron Judge walks. So then you got, the bases loaded for Bellinger, who's been struggling. He grounds into a fielder's choice, but that scores the run. And then Volpe flies out. So you got 3-3 going to the bottom of the fifth inning. And then Yarborough, comes out for the start of the fifth, gets a rondo to fly out. Caminero, reaches on an infield single. Volpe made a nice play, but just too fast. And then Palacios singles. So got first and second, 1 out. And who do you bring in? Tim Hill, who's just been absolute nails. We talk about it all the time since being designated for assignment 3 times last year, including once by the lowly Chicago White Sox. First batter, and it was no fault of his own, reaches on infield single, the backspin, that sideways delivery. You got the bases loaded, but then he strikes out Danny Jansen and gets Taylor Walls to ground out to second. So he gets out of trouble. And then in the sixth inning, the Yankees able to take the lead after a Jazz walk. J.C. Escara singles, and then you had Jason Dominguez up. He grounds into a fielder's choice, but that gives the Yankees 4-3 lead. Cabrera walks, and then Goldschmidt also grounds out. But then Ben Rice, his third hit of the evening, a single to left Dominguez scored and Cabrera scored. So a 2-run single for Ben Rice. Like we talked about, one of the best games of his career. And then Judge grounds out to end the inning. But, you go to the bottom of the 6th with a 6-3 lead. And it really is unbelievable. I mean, obviously, we all remember Ben Rice hitting those 3 home runs at Yankee Stadium against the Boston Red Sox last summer. But, after that point, he had to be demoted and he was really struggling. And I know he had a good spring, but I have to say I could not be more surprised at how well he's hit. I mean, it's unbelievable. He's like our second best hitter this year so far.
Yeah, it's great. He's one of the best hitters in the whole league.
Yeah.
Dude, every time he's up there, he just is connecting. Last night was sick.
And it's somebody
4 for
that
5.
I mean, it's somebody that they've liked in the system for a while.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's nice too that he could catch. He's technically our 3rd string catcher. So the challenge will just be when you have a full roster, where you're going to play him. I think they've even mentioned maybe he could play 3rd, which I don't understand. I can't see him playing 3rd base.
No, Boone said he can't play 3rd.
Somebody said it on Twitter. Yeah.
Can't do it.
Well, because how many times do you have a left-hander playing 3rd?
Well, dude, and also too, how perfect did this work out? Like, we didn't know at the time, but when Stan got hurt. And having Rice there.
Well, because and then
DH?
he might not get this opportunity, and then we would never know. So that's what makes it just that much better. So it'll be a good problem to have, and I'm sure they'll do some type of platoon and make sure he gets a bunch of regular bats. Boone's always good at doing that. So 6-3. And then fortunately for the Yankees, rest of the game, the bullpen does the job. Tim Hill, a 1-2-3 6th. Montgomery comes in for the Rays. I hadn't even heard of him. But I get, throwing 102 miles an hour, kind of overwhelming them. Cody Bellinger did single, but Yankees unable to get anything done there. And then it was interesting. That inning, though, the second out of the inning, Jazz strikes out on a terrible call. The ump was doing a terrible job of calling balls and strikes. Really should have punched him out the pitch before. It doesn't, but it doesn't make it any better. The ball was, several balls below the strike zone. So Jazz flips out, gets ejected. And it was just one of those things. I mean, obviously you don't want to get ejected from games, but it just, you understand the frustration from Jazz because that ump, I mean, that was that Angel Hernandez 2.0.
Yeah, that whole at bat was brutal because he was all over the place. It should have been strike 3
before.
And then, dude, try to do a makeup call on an obvious ball.
And you could just looking at that ump, you could just tell he was such a chief.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it was embarrassing, honestly. So, so they had to have Oswald Peraza come in, who actually ended up making a good play later in the game. But Hill gets a ground out to start the 7th. And then Ian Hamilton, who, recently came back from injury, and a guy you kind of forget about, did a nice job. He gets the final 2 outs at the 7th. Yankees go down in order in the 8th. And then Hamilton actually able to pitch the whole bottom of the 8th, working around a 1-out single. So he did a really nice job, striking out 3 batters in an inning and a third. And especially, when you had to go to your bullpen, in the second inning, you need performances like that. And he did a great job. Him, Hill, even Yarbrough, besides giving up the home run, did great. So Yankees don't get anything in the 9th. And then Devin Williams, second consecutive 1-2-3 inning. And it started out interesting. I mean, you know how things change. You get a runner on, you get pressure, the pitcher pitches differently. And there very well could have been a leadoff runner on because Brandon Lau smokes one to second, and Oswald Peraza, we mentioned, coming in for the defensive replacement, makes an outstanding play. And it's almost too, that's another thing, almost like the Stanton thing. Obviously, it's very short term compared to that, but it's the fact that Jazz gets ejected, it gives Peraza that moment and confidence. Because he hasn't really played any second base this year. He's been playing third. So it was great to see him do that. And then it was an easy pop out, line out, end the game. Devin Williams, I believe that was his 4th save. 4th save of the season. So nice to see him, string together, a couple good performances. And again, the Yankee bullpen really doing the job. And it's just so great to think about that. This bullpen still, isn't complete. You're still going to get Jake Cousins and Jonathan Loizaga back. So it's just unbelievable the amount of options you have. So many guys that could be setup guys. They're gonna, you could bring them in the 5th inning if you need to. And I just think that's what makes it so dangerous.
No doubt. The bullpen. Strong bullpen, deep bullpen, and effective bullpen. So you can't beat that. And yeah, we're missing a couple guys as it is. But not really feeling it. Not feeling the negative effects of that because just rolling right now. Just rolling.
Yeah.
So yeah, the pen is I love having the pen that we got because it's so deep, honestly. It's a lot of talent.
Yeah. And
Lighted Jr.
Oh yeah. After a terrible start to his Yankee tenure, he's really honed in and got big outs.
Yeah, I think when he came over here last year, he was shot.
Yeah,
like, he was like kind of worn down, and
I
think he was hurt too.
Yeah.
So
and then he didn't pitch. He was a late addition to the roster because I think Ian Hamilton got injured in the playoffs, and then he had to come in, and then he got those big outs in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Have a panic attack in Cleveland.
Terrible.
And then also, I think it's the thing that I love seeing too is that there's a lot of times like these games. The reason that we're winning isn't just because of like the top guys you would think of, other than Judge, obviously, but you would think, it's going to be because of Bellinger, it's going to be because of Jazz, and you were thinking, maybe Volpe, but it's Waldo Cabrera going 2 for 3 with a homer, Ben Rice going 4 for 5. So just so nice to see that, and that was the thing for me coming into the season, and it was easy to point at, you're losing Soto. How could the offense be better? But I consistently mention the fact that
but then it was
that your lineup is deep, and you really don't. Deep, dude. I mean, you really don't have anybody that's like an automatic out. I know some of the guys are struggling right now, but optimal. I mean, they're all pretty good. Even Oswaldo Cabrera. I don't know. I always liked him, honestly.
Same. Dude.
Yeah.
Ever since he came up. Remember his first game in the majors? He had that home run robbery. Right.
Yeah.
That was sick.
And then obviously the home run in Cleveland in 22 was pretty sick in the playoffs.
Yeah. So, dude, it's just a deeper lineup. It's a more dynamic lineup. It really is. I said to Mike last night when we walked out, I was like, dude, they kind of remind me of 09 because they had guys up and down,
right?
That line and not like guys that are just effective,
right?
And productive,
right?
Like,
exactly.
It's not 1-2 guys, like, you know what I mean? Or 3 guys, like it's way more complete than that.
Absolutely,
you can tell by looking at it. I mean, we're on a roll the last 4 games here, but like. It really does remind me, and a solid bullpen.
And the best part is the fact that you have one of the best offenses in the league right now. I know near the top in like run scores, home runs, all that.
Yep.
But it's like Bellinger, Wells, Volpe, and or I guess you want to just say those 3. Like they're not like hitting their stride right now.
Yeah,
just like, well, how is it going to be? And even Dominguez to an extent, like I know he had the big game the other night, but so it just, what's it going to look like when they start hitting? Like Grisham, like has been invaluable, as a late game replacement, what he's done with the bat as well. And even Peraza, has looked good, in the field and had some big hits at times. So yeah, you're really using everybody, on the roster. Obviously, I mean, the thing that's just going to come to mind is going to be the starting pitching, what they're going to do there. And I know we were kind of talking about this last night.
Yeah.
But what do you think it's just they're going to ride it out for a little longer and, give Mr. Warren another start? I mean, what's plan B, right?
Start.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think this recipe has been working. So just let these guys go as long as it can. And if you get into trouble like last night, man, I mean, that's like what we were just talking about for the last few minutes with this bullpen. So it's not really that concerning, to be honest, because there's a quick fix, like in the game, alternative. So, but yeah, I mean, it'd be tough to trade for like, Alcantara. What's his name in Miami?
Alcantara.
Yeah, Alcantara. Because they're going to want like Jones and all that on a haul. And, it might not be necessary to do that. I think we got to just keep doing what we're doing here and just patience at the plate. And, these guys are just, waiting for their pitches, and they're just having very productive at bats, and just keep on rolling with that. Let the offense do its thing, and then get the best out of your starters. I mean, the really only question marks are like Warren when he pitched fucking Rodon, and I guess Carrasco, which I know is 3 out of your 5, obviously, but any given game, dude, Carrasco pitched great the other night. Warren, his last outing was okay.
Right.
No, obviously last night was not that good at all. But dude, I mean, 12-7 right now, tied for the best record in the American League, and game at a time, dude. And I think what we got going, like the way we're going about it, is that's what we have to do. That's the plan. And we're gonna get Heel back and Schmitty's back.
Yeah.
Schmitty.
No, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, dude, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think
no need to there's no panic button to be pressed.
Yeah, I mean, I think unless their hand is forced, like I was kind of saying to you last night, I think they'll wait until the trade deadline to make a move. And one guy, and I know Tony would just crack up as soon as I said his name, is here that I think I've messaged you before, but Cam Schittler has done a nice job so far in Double-A, and this season, a 1.8 ERA, 15 innings. He has 15 strikeouts, and last year, between mostly single and Double-A, 154 strikeouts, 120 innings. Looked good in spring training. He's 24 years old. Might be somebody you might want to consider, for a spot start, see what he gets. I like just giving these guys, opportunities, especially if you're unable to get length, out of Warren or Carrasco. So I think that's an option, they should consider, because they don't have a ton of, prospects that are kind of ready, for the major leagues pitching wise, but he's one I think, would definitely be worth a look. So obviously the offense and the bullpen are carrying them right now, not to mention some good defense as well. I know they had that, I think it was the second game of the season, that 5-error game. But other than that, they've played some really good defense, which I think is helping them. And again, is something that, they improved upon, going into this season, compared to last year. So you love to see that. And you got 3 important games here, to finish out the week. So, tonight's game, just like last night, is going to be at 7:05. And you're going to have, Carlos Rodon, on the hill versus Drew Rasmussen, who has pitched well, for Tampa, here in the early going. And I feel like he probably missed some time last year, a big chunk of the season, because I don't remember hearing his name too much, but he's pitched great so far this year, a 0.6 ERA. And yeah, last year he pitched only 4 starts. But you look at going back a couple of years, he had some good numbers in 21 and 22. But I think this is a huge start for Rodon. Being there on opening day, he did great. And then since then, the thing that's caught up to him, is just making that one mistake, leaving that ball over the middle of the plate, and damage is caused, by it. And obviously being the fact that you're basically playing, at Yankee Stadium 2.0 in Tampa here, you can't afford to make those mistakes. So I think this is a huge start for Rodon tonight.
Dude, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to figure it out. I mean, he looked good, opening week, Milwaukee, and then, kind of just shaky ever since then. I always say he's kind of we all know he's a head case. So, he's got to lock in, and he's got to get going, find a good rhythm. And that's when he's good.
Right.
Because if not, then dude, he's bugging out, just can't keep it together. You got to keep it together out there.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think, there's a couple of things you could point to, and some of them are sure a no shite. But you look at his game logs here, especially, these last 3 starts, which weren't good. The walks are way too high. 4 walks, 3 walks, 3 walks. And then he's given up, a homer in the first 2 of those games, and then 2 home runs last game. So if he could just limit that, I mean, I think he's, a completely different pitcher. So like I said, it's not making the big mistake. And your put out pitches, you can't miss on those, hang a slider, throw a fastball over the middle of the plate. you just can't do that. And specifically the walks, because you just notice the correlation, and it seems like, there's no way that it's just like every time, you walk the leadoff batter or, whatever you do, that's going to come around, to do damage. But it's like we see it all the time. And it's just frustrating, watching Rodon, because I'm not going to say that I'm expecting him to be the guy in 2022 with San Francisco where, he had a 2.88 ERA and struck out, 237 batters in 178 innings. But I think he could definitely be even better than he was last year, with the 3.96 ERA and striking out 195 in 175 innings. But it's just about, tuning these things up. And I'm sure, Matt Blake is working religiously with him, in between starts. So you just love to see him, really set the tone tonight. And don't give up 3 runs through the first 2 innings. Because he's given up a lot of runs his last couple starts. We talked about the walks and the home runs, but just specifically runs. I think it's 4 runs each of his last 3 starts, which obviously is just not good, dude. Not gonna get the job done. And I think the Rays are pesky. That's for sure. And it's actually it's 4 runs, 6 runs, and 4 runs. So that's a lot of runs. The Rays are pesky, but I don't think they have like a ton of home run hitters, so that I think bodes well for him. So if he could, get a decent amount of strikeouts, but also pitch to contact, that your fielders are going to back you up back there. So I know it's hard to say this like definitively, but I am expecting him to bounce back tonight. I don't think it's going to be like another disaster.
Yeah, no, I mean I could see 5 innings.
Yeah, kind of the opening
innings.
day. It was 5 1/3, 7 Ks, 1 earned.
Just so that, dude, maybe the warm weather will bode well for him too.
Yeah.
I mean, it does, obviously for everybody. But dude, yeah, man, it would just be nice to get some consistency out of him.
Right.
And 5 or 6 tonight would be great. 5, dude. I'm not even gonna say 6.
5 1 earned.
5 solid. Yeah.
We didn't use Luke Weaver last night. We didn't use Mark Leiter. And Devin Williams only threw 6
They're doing
pitches.
a really good job with the bullpen, dude.
Managing the bullpen.
Yeah. It's been really great to see that. No Cruz last night, obviously, because
he threw the 2 innings.
Yeah, got the save the night before.
Wouldn't be surprised if they gave him rest again tonight, just to really make sure, because you got 2 more games this weekend.
Yeah. So, dude, really just loving how Boone's managing everything.
Yeah,
to be honest. And tonight, like you said, we need Rodon to kind of give us a little more, dude.
Right.
Give us a little more, at least 5, 1 earn, if any at all. And then, you just really feel very confident in the offense, dude, to do its thing, dude. Just keep that approach, same approach we've been doing, man. And it'll all work out for us.
Oh yeah.
Just keep, we're rolling right now, dude. It's nice. It's real nice, dude.
And
tied for the best record in the American League,
first place in the AL
first
East,
place in the division, and game at a time, dude. And just keep doing what we're doing. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing, I kind of mentioned this before. I am expecting, at some point this series to really see. Something click with Jazz, Volpe, and Wells. They've been kind of in Bellinger. I know Bellinger had a couple of hits here and there, but a lot of bad at bats. And really all of those guys. And I think it's a common thing. And I think I mentioned this to you yesterday, but just kind of, they need to get on top of the ball more. They're underneath it with these swings.
Yeah.
And if they could just make that adjustment, more of an even plain swing.
Just looking at our schedule.
I think it'll really, pay dividends, because that's really going to take the offense to a new level. Yeah, they go to Cleveland next.
Okay. Yeah.
And then what is it? Home for Toronto, right? For when we're going to be there.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, Cleveland and Toronto. Yeah.
It kind of a difficult.
Freed on Saturday when we go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking at the ESPN.
Yeah.
Who's he pitching against?
Lucas. I don't even know who that is.
Lucas on Toronto. Lucas, huh?
That's correct.
I kind of want to see
that.
that.
Wait a minute. No.
Or are you not looking at it?
No, it is. Yeah.
I just want to take a look at this. But yeah, obviously I can't wait.
Easton Lucas, dude.
Easton Lucas,
He's got, I mean, he's 28.
Yeah, probably. I would imagine, anyways. First year,
2-1, 4.7
as a starter. But yeah, definitely. I was going to say it's been we've obviously managed it well, but it's been somewhat of a challenging schedule to start.
Yeah, I was going to say too. Like, it's nice, dude. A lot of resolve, dude, from this team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with Cole going down, Heel. I don't think we could have asked for a better start here.
No,
right?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. And like I said, it's just nice that everybody's contributing, and that more good is on the way.
Also, too, dude, way better with runners in scoring position.
Yes,
dude. Like
mm-hmm.
I finally, dude, because the last couple of years, every time they had him up, first and second and third, or even loaded, I just never felt comfortable with that they were going to convert on that opportunity, and you got to do that.
Absolutely.
And now that, like, this year so far, they've done way better.
Oh yeah,
way better. I think they know, dude. Like, they finally kind of like realize, like, dude, we're not getting guys on. We're not hitting with guys on. Leaving too many men on.
And like I said, I mean, I think they can do even a better job, which is scary, for the rest of the league. But yeah, you look at a night like last night. You got double-digit hits, and you only hit one home run, and you scored 6 runs. So it's not that it has to be a home run every time, which is nice too.
Michael, wouldn't you say the culture, dude?
Right? Oh, I love it.
You love it.
I love it.
Well, and a big piece of that is definitely jazz.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jazz brings a lot. Jazz is like, we would chill with jazz.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Like that's big, dude.
And you know what's nice?
You know what I think the biggest piece is, though? That Soto left.
I mean, dude, yeah. You got a prima donna in there.
Yeah. Who does?
Get him out of
here.
here.
Didn't want to, kind of like join the group. He wanted to be like ISO, which is like, the fuck? It's not like, I don't understand, like, for what, it's not like these guys, what did these guys do that made you, like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Weird.
But I think it's just him not being the top dog is what he couldn't handle. Exactly. He didn't want to take Captain Judge's orders. That's
yes, exactly. And you know what? It's Judge's team.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, we know this, but like, they show these statistics and all this stuff, but it's like, I mean, he really is like the best, like, modern day player, like, we've seen, like, since Barry Bonds. And it's like almost just watching him every day and being so used to it. Like, sometimes you almost like forget about that. Like, this is like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh yeah, he hits 30 to 40 home runs. No, he's gonna hit 50 home runs if he's healthy. Like, how many guys hit 50 home runs anymore?
120 RBIs.
Yeah. And possibly, touch 60. And I think they said since 2022, his average 162 is like a 62 home run pace, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So, I mean, a lot to like right now.
I said at the beginning of the year, I think he might hit 70.
He could
this year.
Yeah, he definitely could. Love the start. Love that. And like we always talk about, it's not just home runs, but he's getting these big base hits, runners in scoring positions, singles when he needs to.
Do you think he breaks his own record?
It's so hard to say. You know what I mean? My always thing, like, I think going into this year, I was thinking like, high 50s with home runs. But, if
I mean, either way.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying with the possibility of going higher.
Yeah.
It just, I think it's just like when you're making predictions, it's tough to pencil some guy in to hit 65 home runs or something. You know what I mean? It's like, so either way, he's ridiculous. And just looking at the rest of the weekend as well, you got Carrasco starting tomorrow against Shane Baez. He's had a good start to his season. And then the Sunday matinee, 140 MLB Network, Max Fried, who's been absolutely lights out so far this season, going up against Ryan Peapot. So, it's I can't wait to watch these games this weekend. It's going to be great. And then, it's on to Cleveland, who it's crazy with Cleveland. It feels like we play them like every year in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know.
There's been a lot of series over the years. Started in 17.
They kind of always win the Central the last few years anyway.
But Detroit, I think, will be, on their heels, for that. And it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it'll come down to one of them, to one of those two.
But you really look at this schedule. Playing Tampa now, I know they're under 500 right now, but you can tell, they're a respectable team. I mean, really, you don't have any breaks in the schedule. I mean, I guess the A's, right? I mean, that's like the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, because after Cleveland, Toronto, again, respectable. Baltimore, same thing. Tampa again, and then sunny San Diego at home, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I like it though, honestly. I think, you know, playing good teams early kind of really like sets the tone for the season.
Definitely.
It gets you to be playing, you know, at your optimal level.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely excited about everything. Could we pull up, Michael, the immaculate grid?
Let's do it, dude.
Dude, what a time we got going.
I know. Dude, I'm so riled for next.
Did the Rangers win last
week.
night?
Yeah. Shut out, Igor.
Wow.
Yeah, like cool.
Yeah. Sick.
No,
Sick,
but
guys.
how sick is no, so we were talking about this. Did we go to any 1 o'clock games last year or no? One?
I think one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the 1 o'clock is
On a
just the
Saturday?
way to go.
I
Yeah.
mean,
It's just the best. So
yeah.
we do have the grid pulled up here. So the first one off the rip, Michael, if you could go for the top left, that's going to be one of your guys from back in the day, David Wells. So you don't think about him as a Red Sox or a Padre, but there he is.
3%.
Wow. And then another guy, but this is modern times, and again, somebody who played for the Yankees, but in this one, he's going to be so it's going to be right next to David Wells, to his right, Rob Refsnyder.
Oh, wow, dude. Good call, Barnes.
Wow, 0.7.
Let's go, Michael. And all right, so third base, just trying to think about this carefully. So third base for the Rays, so that's going to be middle right end.
Right here?
Yeah. Do Yandy Diaz.
How do you spell his name?
Yand.
Got him. 3%.
There we go. And let me just think about this for a second.
What about David Price for? Oh, sorry, no, never mind.
Tampa, San Diego, though, middle, far left, Michael Wacha.
Right here? Oh, no, here.
I'm a little behind on here, but yeah, no. Oh, good. There we go, Michael.
Right here, right?
The all the way to the left in the middle. Yeah.
San Diego, Tampa Bay.
Yep. Michael Wacha.
0.5.
Are you kidding?
And then, dude, for Philly, San Diego, Trey Turner, right?
No. He
Didn't?
played for the Dodgers.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
that's right.
Thank God, Michael. That was almost a Riley Souza 2.0.
Wow.
right
No,
there.
no, there's nothing worse than that. That was despicable. I'll always, every time I see him from now, I'm going to be like, I know ball.
That's really
He
funny.
He fucked up.
He couldn't finish one of them.
Oh, that's tough.
We
Yeah.
did like 5.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
If there's one thing I know ball.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, really, Riley? All right, here.
Tampa Bay, Toronto. What about Kevin Kiermaier?
Tampa, yeah, do that one.
Which one?
Middle.
Middle.
Yeah,
What's his name?
Kevin, and then it's Kier.
It should pop up.
20%.
Oh, that's all right.
Crickets.
And then
Just joking, Matty. At least you got it.
Oh, and then for third base, Philly, do Placido Polanco, all the way to the right bottom. And it's PL
4%.
Okay.
So is it the lower the percent, the better?
The better.
Yeah.
The better.
Oh.
Yep. And then let's see. So Philly and Blue Jays, and then I was just trying to think of somebody, dude. Boston, who like in between like Mike Lowell and Rafael Devers. Who else?
Kevin Youkilis.
Euclid. Did he play? He played more third than first. I'm just trying to think who would be like the least. You know what I mean? Or anybody else who played utility, but I guess go Euclid, top right.
Or Lowell,
Yeah.
right?
I feel like maybe you or do Lowell. Fine. Do Lowell. LOW ELL. Mike Lowell.
No, it's not coming up. Kevin?
No, Mike Lowell.
Oh, Mike. Yep. 8%.
Okay, that's solid. All right, so then we got the two left there. So the Phillies and the Padres. Just think about this for a second, and then so Phillies Blue Jays. You could do Scott Rowland. So middle bottom.
Scott Rowland.
Yeah.
7.
Okay. And then Philly San Diego. Just got to think about this for a second. Yurny?
Damn.
I know, right? It's just like very, very good timing there, Michael. Damn, why is it so hard?
I don't know. I can't come up with anybody.
And this is like the 1P. I wish I had Ernie's number.
Michael has it. Michael, what's Ernie's number? Put it in or text Barnes it.
Yeah, Michael Bucket, we need you.
Text Barnes Ernie's number.
Right now.
Right now. Now.
Or Josh B. Either one.
Or I have Josh B's number.
No. I meant Josh B.
Get us Ernie's number.
Yes. The Padres players, I feel like especially like before like the current Padres, it's tough to really think. Only have his Instagram, LOL. So Josh B, basically.
Oh,
we need Josh B.
Josh.
Or maybe I'll just call him and hopefully maybe he knows.
Maybe he does.
Tell me that you know a Padre Philly.
He doesn't. He doesn't know.
But kind of a weird combo, right? I don't think he played for San Diego, did he?
John Kruk also played for both.
John Kruk.
Michael Bucket. I don't know about Kruk. I only remember him on ESPN.
Dude,
I feel like this is an Ernesto.
Or Shane Victorino.
You think I should give him a call? Like we're working on a pretty good score here.
Yeah, you should give him a call.
Yo, can you just text me his number?
I got you.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Josh B.
Legend, though, honestly.
Legend.
When you need him, he's there.
I
always.
really think John Kruk.
But I think we make sure with Ernie because he knows. That's why they call him the Swami. And Michael Buck, I don't know if he just said Shane Victorino because Josh said it. I'm guessing that he said that.
He looked it up.
He definitely looked it up.
No, Barnes, no.
I didn't.
Well,
We're going to wait.
yeah, it's only right. Honestly, it really is only right.
It'll take 5 seconds. It's coming in. Take Josh a second to use technology. He's a little older.
On the BlackBerry.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he did just text me. Okay. Let's see if Ernie answers. You might think that this is someone trying to buy a car.
Oh, that's true. What if he does his like sales voice?
Ernie from.
This is Ernie.
Yeah.
Is this the Swami?
Yes, it is.
Just need your help. Last one here. Philly, San Diego to complete the grid, Ernie.
Philly, San Diego. Need a player who played for Philly and San Diego?
Yeah. Yeah.
My heart wants to say Raul Ibanez, but I don't know if he.
I don't remember him with the Padres.
That's my issue.
Yeah.
That's my main issue right now.
You're my main issue.
All right, give me a second just to ponder here.
And by the way, I loved the comment in the TCA chat this morning about everybody wasn't taking you seriously about the Mets and the Yankees being in first place.
Yeah, no, I think I didn't want anybody to think I think it's very interesting that the Yankees and the Mets have the exact same record, sitting in first place. When was the last time that happened?
Yeah.
Not trying to start this and this. No, just real talk. When was the last time we've had the same record in first in our business?
And I was being real when I said part of that is dope,
Yeah, absolutely. And I have an answer for you guys.
What do we got?
Shane Victorino or John Cook?
What
thinking.
What did I say?
Yeah, no. Matt did say Kruk.
So
now
is Kev Deuce. Kev Deuce coming in here saying John
Kick, but he means Kruk. And I almost think Kruk will be lower, right?
I think so.
Cook would be lower than Victorino just because Victorino is
So-
like a well-known.
So Kruk.
All right, here we go, boys.
No, that's the flying Hawaiian, Ernie.
31%, 77.
Wait, Kruk was 31%?
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow. But we got a 77. Damn, we had a good grid, like I feel like leading up to that, but it's all right. At least it's not a swing and a miss, you know?
Yeah, that wasn't bad. I mean, like we could have maybe because who I really originally wanted to say, but I can't remember him playing with the Phillies was Adam Eaton, because I know he played a good while with the Padres.
Oh, yeah, no, he definitely was with the Phillies.
Wow, Fernando Valenzuela.
Yeah, no, you're right. But yeah, hey, at least we got the grid. And we're definitely, Ernie, gonna have to set up a Yankee game soon.
Yes, you let me know. We will end up going to the game. Just let me know. I can get the tickets to my job, nice and cheap. Just let me know what game you want to go to, and we'll set it up.
Yeah, absolutely, brother.
Tell Ernie Michael wants to know how's his wife.
Did you hear that?
You know what?
No. Michael Buck commented, wants to know how your wife is.
Oh my God, brother.
Oh man, that's funny.
Like she legitimately the other night he messaged me at like 12:30, and she looked over at me, and I was like, "What, dude?" And she's like, "Why is your phone going off?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know." And then so I grab it. I look at him. As soon as I saw Instagram, I knew exactly who it was. I was like, "Look, my face hasn't even opened the phone yet. It's still on lock notification. I swear to God, I opened this notification. I know who it is." She's like, "Is it that guy from the sports?" I was like, "Yes, watch." I showed my face, it opens, and it says Michael Buck. I was like, "I told you, man. I told you."
Oh my God.
Michael trying to get a divorce.
Yeah, honestly, dude.
Yeah, he thinks it's funny too. That's the best part.
There's no fuckery going around. I promise you. Like, he's talking to me about the Lakers. Okay.
Yeah.
He's played late. He's probably watching the game. Like, all right.
Oh man, that's funny. And one thing before you go, we were talking about this before. What do you think starting pitching wise? You think that they're gonna make a move before the deadline, or you think they're gonna just try to ride out, what we have right now?
No, I think they make a move. Because they can take a little breather that Will Warren is panning out, the bullpen is okay, and Schmidt came back strong. But they're gonna have to make a move because they don't have a fifth starter and they need a fifth starter.
Yeah, and even it doesn't need to be Alcantara. Like I'd almost rather kind of take a guy you think you could kind of fix a little bit, because I don't want to give up like Spencer Jones or Lombard or somebody for Alcantara.
I mean,
Definitely not.
Personally, me and you might have to disagree on that one because maybe not Spencer Jones, but I'd be perfectly okay with giving up Lombard for.
I don't know. He's looking good though. It's tough.
Yeah, but look at the prospects that we have already. We gotta at some point we can't hold on to all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've done a good job in revitalizing the young Yankees. Like the way this is looking like it could be another 96 run where it's like Ben Rice is hot, Dominguez is getting caught.
Oswaldo Cabrera getting big hits.
Yeah, Cabrera's getting his licks, and Wells is doing great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody that is coming up looks good. So it's just like, if we got to give up Lombard, keep what we have, but pick up a solid pitcher, I would say why not? As long as we can keep Jones. I mean, look, even if we have to give up Jones, but we keep Lombard, we don't got to give up both of them, but keep one of them.
Yeah. No, and Jones hit 2 home runs yesterday for Somerset. So, Who knows? Maybe he'll get called up soon. But it's going to be interesting. But I have to say, I'm happy with the start. That's for sure.
You're with Theophil, right?
Yes.
All right, I have to ask him a question.
What do we got?
Who's gonna be the third member for The Rock and Cena at WrestleMania this weekend?
Damn. That's tough, dude. That's a tough one.
I'm thinking we get an Uso turn.
Oh, I could see that. I'd like that.
Because of the hug at Royal Rumble?
Yeah. No, I could definitely see that. I'm going with that.
I'm saying, though, it's going to be good.
And then also on the way out, Michael Bucket says, Ernie, much love, buddy. I love that voice of yours. Tell your wife I said you're the best man a girl can have.
Oh, boy.
But as always, Ernie, we appreciate you. Thanks for the help with the grid. And we'll talk to you soon.
That's hilarious.
I have to let you guys know, when I told you guys yesterday that Rooker and Schroeder are going to go yard, they did. $20 made me $350, so let's go.
There we go. Yes, Soderstrom leads the majors in home runs.
I'm telling you, him and Rooker together, the A's are going to look pretty solid. I'm not going to lie. If they can keep that little young core and get some solid pitching, the A's are going to look pretty good going forward.
Yeah. So we'll have to see what happens. All right, man. Well, yeah, thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.
No doubt. See you guys.
Peace.
Later,
And that is Ernie.
Legend.
What a call.
Well, he could always tell his wife if she's mad at him that Michael Bucktis says that he's the best man a girl can have.
Right, yeah. A big vote of confidence there.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's still going on about the late night contact and the Laker playoff games, and it's just
We're not there, Michael.
yeah, really not there with the Lakers, that's for sure.
No.
Sorry, bud.
But and then let's see. Yeah, thanks for Kev Dew. It was good to hear from him. He gave us the cruck. Listen. I mean, I thought it would be a lot lower because I feel like I don't know. I just don't even. Yeah, I don't even think of Kruk as a player. I always think about him on ESPN.
Yeah.
And then he's saying that my voice is iconic. Which I appreciate it, Mike. I.
Some gabagool.
Oh man. But yeah, and I just wanted to do a quick check here. At Harbortown, looks like. We do have the same names at the top, but Mackenzie Hughes has moved to 6 under, solo 4th. JT Poston also tied for 5th now at 2 under. And then let's see here. Nothing. Yeah, Rose is going to tee off in about a half hour. And Steven Yeager 4 under with Gerard as well. So we'll keep an eye out for that. But let's just get Michael in the mix, before we close out. Let's go to the world of the National Basketball Association.
LeBron James at the buzzer. He banks in the three, and the Lakers win the game.
Kobe.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember watching that
Same.
shot.
Yep.
And it's just crazy how long ago that was.
Josh B saying me and Kev are old. That's why we both said Kruk. LOL.
Oh, come on. You guys don't have AARP just yet. Give yourself a break. Come on.
Kev D said, let's go, and we want the smoke. Happy Easter, Bunny Rabbit, and a happy Good Friday.
Thank you,
You
Kev.
too, brother.
You too, brother.
You too, dude.
Where are you? NBA playoffs? Are you? I mean, I know you've been
I'm
talking
into
to Michael
it. I'm
Buck,
into it. Well,
some
yeah.
contact with him about it.
just a little. Nothing crazy with him, but
Oh, I didn't even realize the play-in is still going on.
yeah. So it's the Heat and Hawks,
Right.
which I can't believe the Heat are in the play-in. Honestly,
They were so bad all season.
Yeah.
They'll
and
probably
then
win. Or no?
They'll beat
The Hawks?
Yeah, I think they could.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got more talent. And then it's Mavericks Grizzlies, which I think, dude, the Mavs are gonna win this game. Especially they got the big 3-headed monster of AD.
Play.
No, well, the other two bigs,
Lively?
Lively and
Come on, look it up.
I forgot his name, but it's nice to have because AD plays the 4.
PJ Washington?
Yes, and they've been no.
Or
he's
Daniel Gafford.
Gafford.
Yeah.
Washington's great though. He's a great wing defender. They've got a good defensive team. And they've been kind of playing him as a point forward, which has been interesting.
Just like revolving everything around.
Like he's up at the top of the key and he's doing pick and rolls and stuff with the bigs, which is dope. Then it's the winner of that, which will be the Mavs, in my opinion, will play the Thunder.
Get swept.
The Warriors, Rockets is going to be a good series. Lakers, Timberwolves, and Nuggets, Clippers. The West is crazy.
They're all good series other than the 1-8.
Yeah, honestly. Then it's Bulls, Heat. The Heat beat that. So then the Heat are going to beat the Hawks, play the Cavs. Magic are in against the Celtics. Knicks, Pistons, Pacers, Bucks.
I mean, really, the Pacers, Bucks, Knicks, Pistons, that's the only good series in the East of the first rounds.
Yeah, I really do believe the Pistons are going to win. I'm telling you guys. They're tough. They're the old school Pistons from back in the day. But with Cade Cunningham, who's a monster. I think the Magic are going to make a little fight against the Celtics, but I do think I do think the Celtics will pull out. Dame's back. I don't know if he's back for game 1.
But he's going to be.
But I think the Bucks win. Giannis will be too much for the Pacers. I don't even know how the Pacers got the 4th seed, which is crazy.
And then last year, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals, weren't they?
Yeah, I just don't get it. Cavs are going to just sweep, I think, the Heat. And I do have the Cavs coming out of the East. And I will have... This is tough.
Are you thinking about Michael Bucca?
No. I don't think the Lakers are coming out of the West, but it's not crazy to say that, I don't know, something about the Clippers, I'm telling you, they're oddly scary right now, and they're all getting along too. It's like they go out together, they're a team. And Zubac is having a career year as
it's
a big.
Crazy he's still there.
Yeah, no, he's having a good year, and Kawhi's back, and James Harden's having a freak year. Norman Powell's having a great year. They just have a deep team. I'm gonna go though. Gosh, I'm not buying into the Warriors hype.
Damn, Zubac, dude, talk about a resurgent year,
Right?
He hasn't been this good in a long time.
Or
ever. Really.
Yeah, ever.
Yeah.
No, ever, dude.
I always thought he was really good on the Lakers, and then Magic traded him. I forgot who the trade was for.
Yeah.
But it was like ridiculous
who
they got.
I don't know who's going to come out of the West. I really don't, but I do think the Cavs come out of the East. I don't believe in the Thunder, honestly. I really don't.
But you know what's crazy, though? Like, I didn't even realize this, so we were talking about it in Discord the other day, that they won 68 games. I mean, that's almost the win record.
I know.
That's nuts.
I know. I don't know. I think they're like a year ahead of schedule, maybe, type of a thing. I don't know. If the Lakers could get hot, they could come out. I don't believe in the Nuggets either, but like all the teams really could come out, except for the Timberwolves, I think. I don't like the Timberwolves. Obviously, Julius Randle, Gobert. It's just like, you're not.
Edwards is crazy, but
he is. Who do you think's coming out?
I'm gonna say I could see the Lakers, honestly. I really could. I mean, just but obviously, I mean, it has to be the perfect storm. You need every night 60 points out of LeBron and Luka, and I know that might be like a little crazy. Maybe it's gonna be a little less than that. But then as well as Austin Reeves too is kind of nuts.
He's the best third option in the league right now.
And I've always thought Hachimura was underrated. But so they will play the winner of the Warriors Rockets. I mean, do you think the Warriors are going to beat the Rockets?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
They've been on a roll. I mean, they were really struggling before Jimmy came to town.
Yeah, and I just think they've got the championship pedigree, and they're going to take it up even another notch. Yes, John Pollock, Detroit in 5.
Also, though, shout out John Pollock.
Yeah,
he says, "Hi everybody, this is the best damn podcast on YouTube today. We appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. I totally agree with John Pollock, and I'm a Knicks fan. I do think Detroit in 5, shocking. The Knicks turmoil. in New York. What's going on with as we get another booked appointment here at DTV Studios.
Shout out.
Nice,
Let's go.
Nice.
Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Batman, Lakers in 5, Michael Buckta.
I feel like he got that from you.
No, he definitely came up with that. Very good, very clever.
Wow.
But yeah,
Doesn't give a fuck.
he doesn't. No, he does not. I'm gonna go out of the West. I'm gonna go crazy here. And I'm gonna say the Clippers.
Clippers. Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I don't know, just something about them. Kawhi looks like Toronto Spurs Kawhi.
Maybe the knee gives out though. You never know.
I don't think so. I don't know. And he's like smiling now and stuff with his kid at the baseball.
He's doing a
games,
real
the
laugh instead of a
Padres.
fake one.
Yep. That's his real laugh though. I know you hate him.
I
I don't know. Sometimes it takes time for people to realize what they have, you know?
yeah. Yeah.
And he is one of those last generation of hoopers that
Mhm.
just loves to ball
Right.
and doesn't really care about the limelight, where like a lot of these hoopers care about the limelight and then ball is secondary. So yeah, I'm gonna go Cavs, Clippers. I do wish I would like to see though Lakers, Cavs. So
Yeah,
then
that would
the-
be crazy.
The storyline would be LeBron trying to stop the
Yeah,
Cavs from getting a championship,
Yeah.
but then he loses.
Yeah.
Cleveland
Yeah.
wins. They got a fucking team, dude.
Yeah, that'd be
They
great.
do.
The Cavs
do.
have a team, dude, with Mobley and not just
Darius
Donovan,
Garland.
That's who I was. Thank you.
Yeah.
Garland and Mitchell, and they're good. Dude.
Jared Allen.
Yep, that's your boy, dude.
Yeah.
He's fucking nice.
No, he is, dude. He
It's
is. He is.
ridiculous, dude. And he's just a humble dude too. I
Yeah.
like humble hoopers too.
Right.
You know,
Right.
not the showboating ones. Yeah, I do see the Lakers coming. Well, I'll go with you, Barnes. I'll do Lakers, Cavs. How
Lakers,
about that?
Cavs.
Cavs
Yeah,
with the championship.
And I agree. But I'm going to say the Lakers with the championship. I don't know. You know, I mean, it's going to be tough.
I mean, you want that.
I think
I know you don't care as much as you used to.
No.
Mwah.
No, I don't at all.
Tony cares the most though out of all of us.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Yeah. Definitely.
NBA aficionado.
I do like the playoffs though, because they do play both ends there. Finally,
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, everybody already knows this, but I mean, I will definitely watch every single Yankee game over any
Mhm.
NBA playoff game.
Mhm.
Oh shit.
Jeremy shot.
Yeah.
And I guess Josh says you forgot the word more before the word terminal. The one thing though that I mean,
I like that,
get it.
Josh.
I get it because, like, I mean, how do I feel? I mean, nothing's good besides winning with my team. Talking about the Yankees. And then of course Tony cares about everything more than you guys.
There he is, that little rat bastard
I mean,
in
you had
here.
a couple of shout outs before, Tony, but you weren't listening. And
No.
also, you weren't listening, so we didn't talk about the Mets for 1 second because you
Yeah.
weren't listening. If
Yeah.
you were, would have been different.
Yeah, but we passed that
I
segment
don't
already.
Did they even play yesterday? I don't even know. I think Soto's hitting 220 though.
No, he's having a good year. He's definitely having a good year. He should be proud of himself.
If Detroit doesn't win the championship, I'm jumping on the OKC train. I call bullshit there.
No, dude, no. Definitely Soto. I mean, it's good. His mom's probably happy that she's getting all the
And
amenities.
she's got some nice clothing allowance.
Yep, that's good.
I think they got her a membership at the spa.
Very
They're
good.
really,
She could have a fashion show in the suite.
yeah.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good.
And they could have big family outings. They want to see a lot of, 0 for 5s out of Soto. I mean, I think it's great to be front and center for that.
No, yeah, it is.
Support your son.
Failing.
And geez, what? I feel like there was one other thing I was going to say, but I guess, I mean, what else am I going to say? Really?
No.
What else is
know?
there to say?
Yeah, exactly. Besides Michael Bucket saying, let's fucking go Lakers, that arena is going to pop tomorrow night. Definitely going to celebrate a lot when win the World Series. So Tony drinking early.
Yeah,
here,
definitely popped.
10:20 a.m. on Good Friday.
You're supposed to be with the Lord today, Tony.
Yeah.
Not with this Lucifer.
I don't think the Lord's hammered listening to your prayers, Tony. Come on.
No.
Not good.
He said pansy ass Yankee fans. Wow. I mean, that's pretty aggressive there, Tony. We didn't say anything mean about you.
No. I mean, we're just going by the box score with Soto too. I mean, it's not our fault.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
if he was 5 for 5, it'd be a different story.
Yeah. I guess the only other thing I was gonna say is, what's on the agenda, dude, for the weekend?
Tomorrow, not too much.
No
just
Easter
kinda be chilling.
Eve?
Do you wanna chill, Matthew, tomorrow?
My sister. Well, my sister's coming down. We could probably chill for a bit with the kids and everything. We could go to the beach, Michael.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
What are you going over there for?
Because they're gonna go, dude. So we can go and hang, Mike.
See, look, everyone's attacking Tony now.
So and then like Sunday we're just going to Frankie's.
So you're going to Frankie's?
Yeah, with Richard.
The simulator with
Mr.
Richard.
Casino. Yeah, I mean that's really it. Yeah. I mean,
All right,
I'm
cool.
I'm gonna go to the gym after this.
Very nice.
Didn't make it this morning.
Any particular dish you have circled that's coming on Sunday?
Well, I mean, because Sunday happens to be, as Michael knows, Greek Easter as well.
Yep.
Like Frankie's wife is Greek.
I thought they're never the same.
They're not.
So-
So this year it is Greek
Yeah,
Orthodox.
First
same.
time ever
Like,
history
in
or
my
no?
life.
Or just like during the rotation.
Honestly,
it happens once?
I don't know. In my life, it feels like I've never.
I feel like it's happened
No.
before. But what the fuck do I know? So I know. I mean, they'll have like Greek food there too, and then like obviously we'll have like the pasta and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My dad's gonna make it.
Nice.
Wow. So Pollock saying, "Come on, Tony," as in giving him a hard time, being like, "Why are you being so mean to us?" And then Michael Buckta offering his services, his professional services for Tony, which I think he should take because he needs it. Tony, come and see me for a therapy session, no charge.
Wow.
Wow.
Very, very generous.
It is.
No, Matthew's not an only child. Tony messing with Michael.
Matthew's an only
I can't believe you
child.
don't know this, Michael.
I know. You should know your friends.
He's got
lives.
2 younger sisters, and my the oldest grandchildren of my parents, also known as my oldest nephew, Patrick, is going to turn 4 next month.
There we go.
There it is.
And then Tony, asking how much he charges.
Feed into it.
Oh, cute, Michael. All right. But honestly, I think
Too mushy gushy for Bart.
yeah, a little bit. But I think a great week, and then it was awesome getting you here, Spo,
Yeah,
for 3
dude.
episodes. Are you kidding?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, it was sick being here, like sick vacation.
Yeah.
Hope to see you more.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he could if he would.
Yeah.
I mean, he would if he
I
could.
would, yeah.
$20 an hour.
I feel like.
But I feel like
I-
actually once school's out, right?
School's out.
Well, we'll see what I'm doing in the side.
Yeah.
I might do the summer school. I don't know the hours. I think it's like 8 to 1.
But I feel like
But
also, there's going to be
gonna be
random
time- yeah,
days,
yes,
this,
exactly. Random days.
He'd rather be at the school.
Well,
I'm
no.
joking. I'm teasing. I know. Like that would be crazy.
But yeah, no, it's been awesome. So
It has been.
and
it really has been. So.
yeah, and really appreciate everybody who tuned in this week. And I don't know, Michael and Tony can have their side conversation by themselves over here. But no, really appreciate everybody who tuned in this week and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives of the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jane. Costume the merch at DowntimeTV.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees, and we will see you on Monday.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what